This is the plaintiff, Richard Costarella. He says his landlords, the defendants, are unfairly keeping his security deposit and making up new rules to justify it, which is against the law. He's here in the name of this court, suing these scammers for every penny of the $1,430 they refuse to return. These are the defendants, Lisa and Ken Mooney. They say they would have no problem returning the plaintiff's money if he had left the place in the same condition he found it when he moved in. They had to expend great expense dealing with the place once the plaintiff moved out, and are absolutely within their rights of the law to keep his money. They're accused of holding on tight to a deposit.
All parties, please hit your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case in the docket, the plaintiff says the defendants are breaking the law by withholding money, and he is not about to let them get away with it. The defendants say the plaintiff cost them a lot of money, and they owe him nothing.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome.
Okay, Mr. Costarella, you are suing Mr. and Mrs. Mooney, your former landlords, for the return of the remainder of the security deposit because they withheld the majority of it for damages. So you give them notice and you leave, correct? How much notice did you give them when you were going to leave?
As soon as we got the closing date on our house, I would say the middle of September, I let them know we were out the middle of October.
Did you pay October? You did pay October, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, so Ms. Mooney and Mr. Mooney, let me talk to you and let me try to understand what is the problem and how is it that they left the premises that you feel you are entitled to keep. You ended up sending them part of it, $436.70, but then you kept the rest, $1,430, for damages. So talk to me. What kind of damages did they leave behind that you feel justified in doing that?
Okay, so he left on the 17th. Me and my husband went to get the key at the house. And I said, this is how you feel we left we gave you the house? Like the pink room, everything had to be painted back to like white. The scuffs in the wall, like whatever you hang up and take off the walls, like everything had to be the way we gave you the house. The rug upstairs had all paint over it, which he painted the hallway and he painted the little girl's room. And put pink hearts, which I sent you all the pictures, with scuffs all over, broken blinds, never once outside weeded or cleaned up the outside. I mean, broken window. Broken window. They didn't maintain the house. And when the realtor went in there and walked through it, she told him, you need to paint everything back. And he says that Ken told him, a house gets wear and tear. That's not how we gave you the house.
No, but pink walls isn't wear and tear. And but according to him, Ken, you told him, don't worry about painting. Did that happen?
No, I told him about his master bedroom. And if you look at the one picture, he put a hole in the wall and patched it. And I told him, don't worry about it. I'll paint the whole room. Don't worry about the master bedroom. Everything else is supposed to be.
So let's look at what the damages you're referring to. These blinds are clearly broken. They're not very expensive, but the blinds are clearly broken in this one.
There was 2 blinds. It cost me $80.
They did?
What is that?
Wow.
That's a picture.
Damage to the laminate floor. Mr. Costarella, tell me how these scratches happened to the floor. Furniture?
I never seen it. Well, yeah, probably my couch. It was sitting right there in that area. Yeah. But
that's why you got to take care of the floors and put something on the bottom of the legs of your furniture so that it doesn't scratch up the floors. What is this? Duct tape on their laminate floors?
Your Honor, that was not done by me. That was done by the tenants before who installed the security cameras in the house, and they know that.
Okay. So why are you giving me a picture of that if that was done by the prior tenant? Mr. and Mrs.
That wasn't done by the prior tenant.
That was not done by the prior tenant.
It's not.
I wouldn't give somebody a house.
Okay. Permanent stains to carpet weren't able to fully remove. Appears to be paint. What happened to these carpets, Mr. Costarella?
Some paint got on there. I wasn't aware. My son's crib was in that corner. I guess it got covered up. My cousin was helping us move. She told me about it after I already left the house. But, Your Honor, when I called them on the 17th and we were discussing...
Filthy windowsills throughout the home. Hold on, we're still looking at the pictures. Filthy shower. Well, it's not that filthy. Ooh, what happened here? What happened to this wall? Mr. Costello?
Once again, that wasn't me. I have no idea.
What do you mean that wasn't you?
That wasn't me.
Okay, if you move into a place that has damage, listen up. If you're going to say, wasn't me, to everything I'm showing you, you best take pictures when you came in to show that that was already there. You take the pictures, you send them by email, and there's a date stamp on the email showing the landlord, listen, I'm not complaining, I don't need to fix this, I just don't want to get blamed for it, or I need you to fix this, one way or the other. But you have to document it, because you can't just move out 3 years later and say every piece of damage that you left in the house isn't you. What about this? That's just more things knocking into the wall. What about this? Oh,
that was from our bed.
I mean, you can't hand it. What's this? An attempt to repair a hole from punching wall bedroom number 1. Did you punch the wall?
Yeah, it was a mistake one night, but I showed him it as soon as it happened. And I apologized, and he told me I could fix it.
Why did you punch a wall?
I fixed it.
Why did you punch a wall?
Welcome back to the People's Court. So, why did the plaintiff punch a hole in the wall? It's not a joke. We'll find out by going inside the courtroom.
It was let's just say, a drunken night, and it was a lot of crazy things happened. It was a mistake. But if I could.
But this is something that you told him don't worry about, right? Or no, Ken?
Yes, that's one.
Okay.
That's the
all right. Well, all right. Now this is the bedroom painted pink with hearts. Okay. Yeah. How do you figure that you're going to leave that way?
I told them what it was, and Ken told me that don't worry about painting. And that was the paint that I was using to touch up the spots I messed up, and it didn't match because the paint was so faded all around the house. So the paint that I mixed and put it on there.
I know but you can't. You painted another room violet. I mean, you've got to. The law is that, and this fixture, you don't have the right to put that sticker. What is it? A decal or something behind the stove? You don't have the right to put that up. You don't own the place. Were you able to get that off or not?
No, I had to scrape it off and spackle and paint.
Spackle and paint it over.
Yeah, those are not things you have a right to do. So is the window broken there as well, Mr. and Mrs. Mooney?
It's the glass that was broken, and you can't replace just the glass because of the type of window it is. They just replaced the whole sash.
Right. So what say you to that?
Yeah, I mean, those windows are hanging out of the wall. If you had a before picture, I mean, the windows are.
Do you have a before picture? Do you have a before picture that shows that this window was broken when you moved in?
No, I don't. That's due to inexperience. We were first-time renters.
Well, now you own a house. How many bedrooms are in this house?
It's 2 bedrooms and a loft.
Okay, what is it that you're holding from his security for the painting? I see that it's $1,080, but that includes the 2 bedrooms where you're saying Ken told him he didn't have to worry about the master.
So the first page, what I included, the bedroom painted pink with hearts, the hallway gray, kitchen wall damage from sign attached over stove, shelving, removed scuffs and all.
Okay.
If they charged me $850, I only charged him $600.
Who charged you $850?
A friend of my husband's came and painted, did the blinds, fixed the sash in the window.
All right, so you charge him $600 for the painting. So according to you, it was $850, you charged him $600. Then you charged him to remove garbage and clean the outside of the house, maintenance of the yard. Stains on the carpet, $300. Did you hire Stanley Steamer to come clean it?
Yes, and there's a receipt in there, yes.
Yeah, I see that. And then the deep clean was $200, but you only withheld $100 for that. Then the blinds, then the broken window. Yeah, I got to tell you, Mr. Costarella, they could have withheld more. I understand that there's wear and tear. There's definitely wear and tear, but you have to restore the place to how they gave it to you. And, you know, if they want to improve it and make it nicer, of course you don't have to pay for that. That's their property and their problem, but you can't leave it looking like this. Based on what I am listening to, I'm sorry, but I disagree with you, and I'm going to find in favor of the defendants in this case. Good luck, everybody.
Thank you.
I didn't get a chance to speak.
Well, the judge finds for the defendant in this case. The plaintiff did not prevail. Let's see what they have to say about this. What do you think about it, Mr. Costarella?
I didn't even get a chance to speak to give the rest of the side of the story. She only got to half. It's kind of ridiculous. The landlords conveniently didn't bring any of the before pictures before I got in the house, only the after pictures of when I was there. A bunch of that damage wasn't done by me. It's ridiculous. They're lying, no, the judge didn't even give me the chance to plead my case fully.
Well, what do you mean plead your case? If you looked at the pictures, you could see the damage. Anybody watching could see there was a lot of damage left that you didn't fix up. It's no wonder you lost the case. Better luck next time. All right, Mr. Mooney, Ms. Mooney, you feel better now? I mean, you deserve to win, no question.
Yes.
Yes.
We've been renting for a lot of years.
This doesn't happen very often, does it?
This is the first time. First time something like this ever happened.
I guess there's always a first, but you prevailed, so good luck to you, and thanks very much.
Plaintiff, Mr. Costarella, didn't look very happy there at the end. The good news is if he punches out the wall now, it's in his own house. It won't be in Mr. Mooney's house, Mr. and Mrs. Mooney's house, I should say.
Right.
So really, the Mooneys, to their credit, gave him back like $400 or $500 on, I think, on the security deposit when, from the photos that I saw and the evidence that you went through, the place was trashed.
Yeah, there was a lot of damage and a lot of, I mean, you can't leave a place looking like that and expect, and then he had texted her, you know, oh, what do you want me to do? I'll go back and do it. And then he complained, well, I was waiting for confirmation from her. What are you talking about? Don't leave the place looking like that. No. It's like, there's no complaint, oh, I would have gone back and taken care. No, don't leave the place looking like that.
Look, if they had...
He's kind of lucky to have gotten the 400 and something back.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, the Moody's gave him back how much money? Like $450 or $500 for what?
So Dee wants to know this. Hey, Harvey, can a school force me to get my high school child a vaccination if I, as a parent, don't believe them? I got to tell you, this is an evolving area of the law, especially with COVID right now. Typically, schools can require vaccinations. They do this with measles a lot. COVID is untested, and we just don't know. And I think this is going to be an area that will be littered in the courts, and they're going to have to decide who's right and who doesn't have rights.